Gareth Stobie from Core Shares is with us here in the Biz News studio. The whole story with exchange traded funds, index trackers, the way that you're going to be focusing your attention at Core Shares is costs.
That's right.
Has the penny finally dropped that costs can make a huge difference in the long term?
Yeah, I think it has. I think that in the financial services industry in general at the moment, particularly from the financial crisis, which is now nearly a decade ago, consumers have been very aware of what their rights are, and they've wanted transparency, and sort of there's been an age of pro-consumerism in the financial services market. And that's manifesting itself in the asset management market, where consumers are very aware of costs now, and they're very focused on costs. So to be a low-cost provider in that environment, obviously, is something that we would like to be. The flip side of it is that we have to build a lot of volume, a lot of scale for that to make sense from our side. But cost is huge, and will be getting even bigger as we have different regulations coming out and so forth.
It's nice, I guess, from your perspective. It's a fresh company. Grindrod's never really played in this space before. You've got a fresh company, a fresh name, none of those legacies of maybe some insurance companies where people feel like they've been ripped off in the past. That's
right, and if you look at the traditional asset management community, the life houses, the other big asset managers, it's very difficult for them to move into passive. Because if they move into passive, it's at the expense of their active mandates. So they're kind of, shooting the golden goose, so to speak. So for new entrants, it's a different story. As you say, no legacy issues. We can come in with the best proposition we can possibly afford to offer the clients, and our shareholders are bringing that proposition to the clients. We're not trying to bring down fees over time as we build volume. We're saying upfront we are a low-cost index investment house.
And what is the difference? Just explain to us maybe 1 percentage point over 20 years.
It can compound to nearly 40% over the life of your savings.
So you retire with 10 million rand or 4 million rand, depending on
10 million rand or 6 million rand. That's right. Yeah.
It can be as much as that.
That's right. Yeah. So William Sharp, he looks at that compounded effect of 1% over the life of your career, and it can reduce returns by up to 40%.
So if you're going to be paying for an active manager, or for someone rather who's charging you higher costs, he better be performing.
Absolutely. Yeah, he needs to be generating returns over and above the index to justify his fee. Not for 1 year, for 3, 5 years, extended periods of time. And so to do that and outperform the index in that way is incredibly difficult. Only a handful of managers will be able to do that over the extended periods of time. And so that's what the index industry calls the winners or losers game. The winners game is having a simplistic approach to index investing where you do it at the lowest possible cost. A loser's game is trying to be a smart aleck, excuse the pun, trying to be a smart aleck and outperform the market at any point in time, and paying the higher fees.
Gareth Stobie is with Core Shares.